What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel of M&K's Lawn Paradise. Back with another video just to show y'all the comparison between these two trimmers. We got the 128LD Husqvarna and we got the FS94R trimmer right there by Stihl. I think I got the model number, but y'all see it soon enough. In my own opinion, what I think is the best on my back and stuff that I'm using is this. I used that one for 4 years, bought this one last year, and I'll tell you right now, yes, it's an FS94R. That's what it is. I see the model number right there, but that's what I use. So y'all leave it in the comments down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave them comments to see what y'all think is the best. I'm gonna try to go out there and cut some high grass and do a comparison on that. They got full tanks right now, so we're gonna do a cold start, see which one starts up the quickest and fastest. So y'all stay tuned to that. We got to compare these, and I wanna hear y'all opinions. Just because what I think is the best doesn't mean you would think it's the best. So let me know if you use that one or you use that one and you did a comparison on your own. So let's get into it. Let's get these things compared up. All right, from a cold start, we're gonna go ahead and start the Husqvarna. Right there, you see the model number. 128LD. We're gonna start it up from a cold start. We're gonna do both of them so y'all can see the comparison on both. Full tanks, like I said, both full tanks. We're gonna pump the primer bulb and we're gonna see which one comes out to be the best. Okay? Let's do the thing. First cold start on this one. Put it on choke, follow directions. We're gonna put it on choke. We're gonna pump. I know when you first bought this one, it says pull 3 times and then it should start after that. So let's go. Let's put it down on the ground. It's best that way because this one got a little hard. Starts. That was about what, 4 pulls right there. And then it cranked up. The reason why I couldn't hold it, I guess I could have held it, but you see, it got a little tough pull on it. So I always start that one on the ground. So that is a con to me. You want to have a good pull, good fast pull, and keep it going. You don't want to have to always go to the ground and do it, or I can pull it. That gets, you'll wear your string out like that, so you don't want to. I just like to see how tough it is, but you really pull it. I don't like that, so I like to be as gentle as possible on it. That is the cold start for that one. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing here. What you do with this one, we put it on choke, we turn it. We'll pump the bulb up right here. So we'll do about 3 times, 5. And we'll go ahead and give it a pull. 1, 2. That's 3. Now I gotta take it off a choke, so you gotta do that to take it off a choke. So what we said? About 4 or was that 5? Y'all let me know. I think it was 4. same as the Husqvarna, so that goes just as well. Normally, after this starts up, it's just one more pull and goes again, but if it gets cold, it might take a few pulls. You might have to hold the throttle down to pull it if it gets cold from already being started up. But I think that's up kind of any trimmer. It gets cold, you have to maybe choke it again, maybe not. It just all depends on between both of those. Now, one bad thing about this one is the weight. You know, we do trimming all day in our line service when we got multiple yards. The weight, I'm gonna say this one weighs about 14.5, it says online. I'll get all that searched up and posted. But this one was 12. Those 2.5 pounds makes a difference, you know what I'm saying? So from 12 to 14 on the back makes a huge difference. Even the head and loading makes a huge difference on it. I talked about what's the best head. If I haven't checked that video out, make sure you go check it out. Which one's the best head? You also see me installing this head on this Stihl. This head don't come on here, but I also have the Stihl head that I'll be giving away for free here soon. So make sure you subscribe. That way I pick through my subscribers and give away another free head that I already did. So I talk about the heads, and of course they're totally different, and it makes a difference on the head and the weight at the tip of it. When you trimming, it's all about back. So if you holding weight up here, trimming with this, all your weight is up here. And you got a light head, you're gonna wanna do that the whole time. And that gets all this right here. So that's the only thing, that's one comparison. Lighter, heavier, lighter, heavier. So by that being said, if you're a line guy, what you know you could do with lighter than heavy. Lighter, you can move faster and quicker. You won't get fatigued as fast. Of course, that's anything. So you're dealing with some heavy equipment compared to lighter equipment, you're gonna move faster and everything else will be good on the back, the body, and all that. Because we cutting multiple yards constantly all day long, so we don't want nothing real heavy. I started off using this when I started my company. That's all right. That's why I talk about get whatever you have to start off with. Not knowing, okay, I'm gonna get older one day. I ain't gonna be able to tote this around to do all that and get in them ditches and get that good angle in them ditches and all that. It's gonna take a toll on the body. So when I looked at trimmers and I did my research, I was really looking at lighter. This ain't no commercial. It's a little bit, but that ain't because commercial don't have a spring-loaded rod through it or whatever. They have a straight rod. So that's the difference between a real commercial one and not, but it's in between. So I ain't worried about that. I want light and I want to move quick. I want light and move quick. So when I do get in them ditches, turning it just like this, I use one on. Compared to use one on with this, that arm gonna get quick. See, I can't even hold it up like that. The weight makes a difference. So that is a comparison between the weight. The weight is totally different. Y'all leave your comments and let me know which one. You leave your comments and let me know. I keep saying y'all, not to bear with me. You leave your comments and let me know which one is different between the two. So let's start them up again. We've been talking for a little minute. That's right away. That was right away. Let's see. Right away. That's good. So that is the pros and cons with it. The pros with this, lighter weight, better head on there. You can change the head out on that too, but this is a better head. Lighter on this end, lighter inside the shaft, lighter on the motor, just like all around light. The pros with this is different attachment. You take this attachment off. As you see, if you watch my videos, you know I use the Trimmer Plus edge blade. I just stick it in there and we go on about our business. stick it in there, we use an edger. That is the pros with an attachment. The cons with it is the weight of the trimmer. How much it has to take to power the different attachments that you're gonna put on here. You can attach a blower, an edger, trimmer head, edge, things you do bushes, edging, I don't know what they call those. Things you do bushes with, you attach all kind of attachments to this one thing. So the motor's gonna be a little, and then it's one of their cheaper brands they offer. So yes, everything's gonna be heavy with it. So it's just one of their cheap things. They just don't make it as light. You have to buy a commercial one in between just to get something lighter. But being that said, it has to have the power to power up different attachments that you're gonna put on here. It'll power this up real easy, but if you put a edger on there or a blower on there, it takes a little bit more power for that. So that's the pros and that's the cons to it. It is heavy. It is very heavy. We're gonna go try to trim some of this high grass over here and see what it does. So y'all stay tuned to that. All right, we're gonna start off with the Husqvarna. Try to get some of this tall grass so y'all can see which one works better, which one top goes down, takes it off and get rid of it. That's some very thick grass over there. So I'm gonna just try to do something in this area so y'all can get a feel of it, see of it, and we're gonna try to see. See what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong, you will get caught up in some stuff like that. So any trimmer's gonna get wrapped up and all that stuff and something like that. So what we about to do is take the Stihl and see what it can do with stuff like that. They both gonna get caught up just like this one did. You seen it. Had to take the head and take it off of there. They both gonna do the same thing. But it can tackle tall grass, and that's one good thing about it. I mean, kind of any trimmer with powerful enough can tackle some tall grass. This just all depends. You gotta cut from top down. You don't just cut at the bottom. Cut from top, trim it. That's why it's called a trimmer. You're trimming the top and taking the layers off. So let's go ahead and get this one and do a comparison. Right away. And that's how it trims. Now, one thing I have to say between this head and this head, I feel like this one trimmed top down better, even when you have just one little piece right here. I didn't notice that. But I felt like this one was trimming top down quicker than this one, as you've seen. This because when you add this Echo Boy head on the Stihl, you have this gap right here. So when you're trimming some high grass, yes, it's gonna get tangled up quicker on this than it will on this one. So with that being said, this head came out to be best on that tall grass, as you've seen. Now, when I came in a little bit and did that, normal grass right there, this one was moving quicker. So, but this has its pros to tall grass and getting it done because it gets tangled up here, so you still can move. Your head still can move freely if it's all tangled up here. If it's tangled up behind here, well, it's not moving properly. So that's the only thing, pros and cons between those two different heads. But I say if I had the regular head on here, the Stihl head, it'll trim it just fine and powerful enough to trim fine. So don't get caught up just because you're seeing how quick it was for me to have to take grass off of this head than that one. They both just works perfectly fine. It really all depends on what weight you trying to use. You could use this. It's perfectly fine. As I use this just for edging now. I don't use it for trimming anymore, just because the weight of both of these trimmers. That one's way lighter. The Stihl's way lighter than Husqvarna. It's just back related. I don't want to be hurting my back constantly all day when I'm doing multiple yards a day. So that's why I got that one for the trimming and this one for the edging. They both great. You could say there's no comparison because one's way better than the other, but I say they both have their own unique style of what you can get up out of them. So don't think you can't start a business with it or start something with it. It all depends on what load you're trying to take and how many yards you're trying to take on each day. That is my little comparison between both. You've seen the start up on them, you've seen the restart up on them, and you see the restart up again. How the Husqvarna, when it got cold again, it had to go back on choke. Well, that Stihl pulled one time, didn't start it right up, didn't have to go back on choke. Now, it depends on how cold it Stihl gets before that happens. But that's just my experience on these trimmers and the trimmers I use. Yours probably start up right away. That's all right. But that's the pros and cons of each. I love both of them, and I'm not a critical on equipment because if it's made good enough, it ain't gonna be made the best because obviously they sell different type of brands for different prices. But if it's made just good enough to get you through the day that you're supposed to have, then yes, it's good enough for me. Now, before I'm out, before I end this I had to replace 5 times. This trigger mechanism, the cable that comes through here, had to replace 5 times. I had to replace this plastic twice. The stop button always worked. But this trigger, it breaks. After a long period of time, having it for 5 years, I had to replace that trigger piece 5 times. So getting on Amazon just to order that same piece 5 times, that is a big con in this trimmer right here. This plastic, like I said, twice, had to replace it. There's a piece in there, if it breaks off where this is supposed to hold on, that breaks, you have to replace this plastic piece. That is a con to me. That's really what made me get this. And when I was looking for it, I was looking for weight at the time. And I got more experience under my belt, so I was looking for weight. That's why I bought this. But also, because this kept breaking while I was doing the job, I didn't have a backup. So I went and bought that. Now this is my backup. So that's it with this comparison. If you liked anything about the video, make sure you like it. If you like anything about the channel, make sure you subscribe to it. And if you have any opinions, make sure you leave it in the comments below. More videos come each and every week. This is M&K's Lawn Paradise. And make sure you let my son know how his lawns look. Go watch the video. Make sure you let him know, because he really keep asking me what they think about, me cutting. So go let him know.